Daily Broadside, day 597. Why didn't anybody tell me that Jimmy John sells day-old bread for like 50 cents a loaf? If I'd have known that, I would have never bought bread anywhere else. It's like the greatest bread ever. And what's a day, you know? That's crazy. I didn't know that was a thing, you know? Maybe $1 in some places, but I'm hearing 50 cents. I'm going to have to check it out. And why didn't anybody tell me that the two younger Gibbs brothers from the Bee Gees were fraternal twins? I think fraternal twins are kind of stupid either. Well, of course, identical twins are kind of stupid too. Two people split a zygote or whatever the heck happens in there, and they look identical. That's stupid. And it's even dumber that they're fraternal. They come out at the same time, they don't look anything alike. And they can be a boy and a girl like that. That just makes no sense, right? Anyway, I was watching, as most everybody else on TikTok has been watching, the Cat Williams and stuff. And I stumbled onto it early yesterday, and I was enamored. Man, I gotta say, I'm on his side, first of all. I think much of what he's saying has a lot of validity to it, and I love it when people come out against the system. You know, especially the rich Hollywood system that, I'm gonna tell you what, if that's not some Illuminati, what was that thing that Bush was in, the Bare Bones, Naked Bones, George Bones, what was it? The Dead Bones, Skull and Bones Society? Am I getting that right? I guess it was Harvard. That like secret society. I'm gonna tell you, all of Hollywood is a secret society, except for people like Cat Williams that want to speak out and doom themselves and all. But I'll tell you, there's a couple things I want to point out. First of all, it is very interesting how the whole light-skinned wife thing that he talked about, that is a weird thing. And the other thing I'll say is, I've never thought, and I don't think Cat Williams is a hilarious stand-up comic. I mean, it's okay, but it's not my thing. I mean, he's not bad. He's just not one of the greats, in my opinion. But he does his thing. He's got carved out his own little niche and all. But what I will say is, I remember when Kevin Hart came out, and I remember thinking to myself, like, vividly, I remember going, where'd this dude come from, you know? Because he came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, he's like the biggest comedian on planet Earth. I mean, it's like Eddie Murphy in 1984, you know? And I've listened to a couple of his specials. I don't watch him anymore because I just don't find him that funny. He's good in like an interview, like a podcast thing. That's not bad. But I don't find his stand-up very amusing. But I am intrigued by the whole Hollywood plant thing, because that's I find that very interesting. But there's something to be said for all of that stuff, you know. And how in the hell did, while we're talking about celebrity, how did Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel ever get along enough to do a show? Those dudes couldn't be more polar opposites. That's like Hannity and Combs. And I used to loathe Combs. I would listen to his late night talk show on the radio a lot, where he would take calls, because he was just rude to people. I mean, I get people are going to call in and screw with you, but be the professional, you know. I get you don't agree with him and all that stuff, and you know, but he would just, I didn't like his tone. But he's basically the Hannity and Combs of today, even though they, you know, or of yesteryear. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's weird that they're that polar opposite, that they could have gotten along, because surely they didn't change enough. And all this Epstein stuff, I love how they're like changing everything up to, like, every Epstein headline has Trump in it, even though from what I'm understanding, he flew on the plane a couple times before writing him off as a douchebag, Epstein that is, but he never went to the island, is my understanding of what happened with Trump, unlike Clinton and everybody else. But yet Trump is getting thrown into all the media pictures. It's just funny. Like, they're doing everything they can to smear that guy, even if he really has little to do with what the topic they're reporting on. It's just crazy. And I'm sitting in this damn car line, and I think these people need to get a life. I pulled in 5 minutes before the bell, and I'm 7,800 cars back. It's ridiculous. I can't imagine the pollution this planet sees just from idling cars and car lines across this fine nation. Nobody had this many kids getting picked up. And here's what I don't understand. All these moms, they all work. You got all these two-income households nowadays. Unlike that, you know, when I was growing up, you didn't have as many. Everybody's going back to work. Everybody's working. Yet everybody seems to take off at 2:30 to pick up their kids. It doesn't make any damn sense. Like, all these people, everybody should be riding buses because both your parents are working. Don't make any damn sense. But God, I don't know what time these people get here. I'll see people like sitting at the front of the line with their car off reading a book. And I'm like, I guess you ain't got nothing else better to do. But I loathe having to do this. It's just dumb. It's the one time that I hate having a manual transmission, because I feel like I got to get a new clutch by the time I'm done with all this crap. But at any rate, have a great Friday, or what's left of it. Giddy.